Doraemon put a small piece of steak into a seed capsule, then he buried it in the ground. The next day, the seed had grown into a steak tree. Doraemon used a pair of scissors to cut off a hot, steaming steak. Then he cut the steak into 4 even pieces. Everyone couldn't wait to grab a piece with a fork and take a bite. The steak was so hot that everyone jumped into the air. Even so, no one wanted to spit out the delicious Wagyu beef. The only problem was that each steak tree could grow only one steak at a time. Everyone was still hungry for more. When they learned they needed a bigger place to grow more meat trees, Sunio quickly offered his backyard without a second thought. He even brought out all the different kinds of meat his mom had collected. Seeing that, Doraemon pulled out a big bag of seed capsules. Everyone worked together and placed pieces of meat into the capsules. Just as Nobita was about to plant them, Shizuka stopped him. She reminded everyone that this spot didn't get enough sunlight. Sunio then explained the basics of growing trees. Doraemon told Nobita and Shizuka that the seeds should be planted where they could get plenty of sunshine. That way, the fried pork cutlets would grow extra crispy. After they watered the seeds, tiny sprouts popped out of the ground almost right away. But Sunio still wasn't satisfied. He believed that if they wanted bigger and better fruit, they had to add fertilizer. Only then could they grow the most delicious dishes. With everyone's careful care, the little sprouts grew into a whole forest in just one afternoon. But then something unexpected happened. A big storm was on its way. When Nobita rushed over, he saw Sunio standing in the rain, building supports for every single tree. Together they put up wind barriers to protect the meat trees. The next day, the sky finally cleared. After working all night, Nobita and Sunio were completely worn out. But the moment they thought about the huge feast waiting for them, they were full of energy again. After school, everyone came to Sunio's house. Just as they hoped, every meat tree was covered with big, juicy fruit. There was tender fried chicken and crispy fried pork cutlets. Just as everyone was enjoying the amazing feast, John suddenly showed up at Sunio's house. He gobbled up every piece of meat in no time. Everyone was furious. But when John raised his fist, Sunio was too scared to say a single word. John walked away with a full stomach and a big smile. With no other choice, everyone decided to plant the trees all over again. Just then, Sunio's mom bought another huge pile of meat and sent it back home. The 4 friends got back to work. The next day, John returned to Sunio's house. All he found was a brand new orchard and a sign that said, "Keep out." The truth was, the 4 friends had secretly planted the real meat trees on the mountain behind the town. Now they were enjoying the real feast together. John ignored the warning sign. He picked a meat fruit and stuffed it into his mouth. The next second, his face turned bright red from the heat. It turned out, Sunio had planted extra spicy fried chicken on purpose. It tasted unbelievably good, but the heat was far too much for almost anyone to handle.